What's up, guys? It's Carrington, and today we are in a 2025 Mercedes AMG G63, which is basically the AMG G-Wagon of Mercedes lineup. The archetype of the G-Wagon for most people is this kind of muscular, masculine, brutish vehicle that is not going to be necessarily good around corners or things like that, but it's going to be pretty fast in a straight line and pretty rugged with off-road capabilities, which this does have. I am not the typical audience for this car, to be honest. This isn't my type of car, but I'm going to provide you guys an honest review of how this feels to drive nonetheless. So far, the steering is pretty nice and heavy, weighty. The steering wheel itself is pretty thick, so you need to kind of grip it. Pause. But it's a nice steering wheel with carbon fiber everywhere, Alcantara, and then you have a little bit of controls for whether it's the mode, whether it's Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, individual mode as well. And you can also individually adjust the shocks as well. So you can be in Sport Plus mode, but with Comfort shocks. And then obviously here you have traction control off, but I don't know anyone who's turning off traction control in a G-Wagon. Anyways, this is a brand new car. It's a 2025. And so this is very much Mercedes' updated platform. And I'm glad they didn't just add that stupid like iPad screen that they have on most of their other lineups. You get this nice clear digital tachometer with this integrated screen for the navigation and things like that. Only thing is, you got to kind of adjust the steering wheel like in normal cars, but it doesn't extend out as fully as I would want. But nonetheless, guys, this is a pretty rugged vehicle, but it's interesting because as masculine of a vehicle as it is, you'll definitely see a lot of women driving G-Wagons and wanting G-Wagons. And it's very interesting because it's definitely, I can get it. Women kind of want to be able to see out kind of higher and taller, especially for security and safety on the road. But this is a little bit overkill, right? There's other vehicles like even the normal G-Wagon, but everyone wants the G63. Now we're in the comfort setting and the suspension is pretty good. It's not going to be like an S-Class, but it's certainly doable on a daily basis. And you don't really get this harshness or roughness that you would get if you do this. If you put it in Sport Plus mode, then you definitely feel the shocks and everything tighten up. And this is definitely, again, pretty quick. It's definitely a heavy vehicle, but it makes 577 horsepower and 627 pounds-feet of torque. So that's pretty healthy numbers. Let's talk about this vehicle in specific. It has this really, really nice, I think it's a manufactured gray color on the outside. And then the wheels have this bronzish gold finish to them, which is really a nice touch. I haven't seen this spec on a G-Wagon ever with gold wheels or bronze wheels. Now the interior is gonna have this combination of like a gray interior, which, you know, I would prefer like a red or a black with white stitching, but it does perfectly well. You know, it's gonna wear well. That's gonna be one of the things that you'll notice is that these darker leather colors are definitely gonna wear a lot better than the lighter ones, whether it's red or obviously like cream or tan. You also have carbon fiber touches on the center, obviously, as I said, on the steering wheel and on the surround of the screen. You also have quilted stitching on the doors, which is very, very nice. Again, this has a 4.0 liter twin turbo V8 and I believe multi-clutch transmission. And so, you know, it's not going to be a dual clutch in the shifts, but it's perfectly fine for what this is. Because again, this is a huge box, so you're not going to be driving this quickly on corners. This, if anything, is going to be for conditions like this where you can just go And you can feel that the whole back end just kind of squats. So even though we're in Sport Plus mode, the suspension travel is definitely to be considered. So don't push this in like corners or anything like that, which obviously if you're buying this, you should know that. I think we're coming up to another G-Wagon here as well. But Mercedes, this is actually going to be a very, very good thing to talk about. So this is an older G-Wagon. And Mercedes have really kept the same formula. Oh wow, that's a V12 bi-turbo. A V12 bi-turbo.
I know, they stopped making it.
Wow.
2017, bro.
So guys, very interesting conversation that we just had there. A guy next to me is in a G-Wagon. It's an older one, but his has a bi-turbo V12, so I'm guessing that's the G65 AMG. And Mercedes really has not changed up the formula that much. Like, sure, that's a V12. Other ones have maybe like a 5.5 liter twin turbo V8. But the general formula is to put pretty fast AMG tuned, individually made engine into a big box. That's it. And then obviously you have the updates with technology and things like that. But the formula is the same. It's not going to be changing that much. There's not even rear wheel steering on this car, which at first I thought how it turned, it might have rear wheel steering, but it doesn't even have that. It's just an all wheel drive, big box with an AMG motor in it. So sure, like, no wonder why women like this car sometimes. Like, you get the speed, the sound, without this like kind of serious sports car vibe to it. And it's not trying to be. Anyways, guys, that's the video. This one is here for sale at Washington Exotics. So if you guys are interested in a really, really nicely spec'd G63 AMG with different wheels that you really haven't seen on a G-Wagon before, then hit up Washington Exotics. That's the video, guys. Till next time.